Hello, chat. Hello, chat. Are you excited? It is Xenoblade Day. We're back for more Xenoblade. Unfortunately, this time it is just me. That is the harsh reality of timing people's schedules across time differences. But we're here for more Xenoblade. We're picking up. You know what I'm gonna do? While I'm talking, instead of you staring at the deer game, which of course we all love the deer game here on this channel. I'm instead gonna bring us over to the game so that we can listen to the menu screen while I talk, because that's more fun. Um, I'm very excited for today. We are picking up at the start of Chapter 3. We left off with the attack on Colony 9, Fiora's death, and Shulk and Rhine setting off, leaving Colony 9 to chase after that mysterious faced Mechon who killed their friend Fiora, to get revenge and wipe out as many of the Mechon they can along the way. So I'm excited. I'm also going to slightly move myself a little bit up. There we go. I am very excited for the game today because I do also love Xenoblade Chronicles. Unfortunately, no Misfit, which would have been fun, but I'm going to try and be as entertaining as I can by myself playing a game that I've already played before. I will hopefully have the ability to give some insights and some information about what certain things mean, but I'm going to be doing my best to not talk about things that have not happened, or imply things about things that have not happened, because I don't want to spoil anything for Misfit. And as much as I want to sit on this menu screen for the next, 5 minutes, I'm ready to jump into it, because I don't know how much time I have today. Also, this save down here is, I was unlocking all the fashion that we have currently available, but we're on this save here on save slot 1 at the start of Chapter 3, which I believe means we're going to be immediately starting with a cutscene, so I'm going to make myself disappear, and I'm going to shut up, and we're going to watch a cutscene. Let's jump into it.
It's all very well going after that metal-faced Mechon. But shouldn't we have some kind of plan?
How about checking out Colony 6?
Colony 6. The only other Homs colony left.
Colony 6 is on the way to Sword Valley, where there's supposed to be a Mechon base. If that's where they came from, maybe the people in Colony 6 saw something.
Good point. They might even know something about that metal-faced Mechon. So, we go past the Magmel ruins and up through Tephra Cave. Then we should arrive at the Bionis Knee.
Yeah. And if we can get to the knee, it ain't far to Colony 6, right?
Sounds like a plan. Let's head to Colony 6.
And so now we have our first objective after losing Fiora, which is to go to Colony 6 to hope to gain more information. Now, I promised that we would be doing different outfits for different chunks of the story. And I have gotten those outfits prepared, sort of. It's a little more complicated than that. Oh, interesting. Okay. I did not realize that was going to work that way. That's strange. Okay, hold on. Things have become immediately complicated, chat. This was not expected. I thought that I had prepared this correctly. But we don't have... Interesting. That is not what I was expecting. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. In that case, I'm going to, I guess, we're playing it by ear. I'm going to quickly check something. So if I load up this save here, out of curiosity, all this, the only thing that's different about this save is that I've skipped those cutscenes. I think. So I want to see, does this have the same amount of money? It's got a little more money from selling stuff. But does it have all of the equipment? Also, no. Oh. That complicates things, chat. That complicates things in a way that I had not anticipated. I'm going to be entirely honest with you. Well, shit. That does change my plan on the fashion. I thought it worked the way... I thought it worked that way. I guess it doesn't? Alright, we're playing it by ear, chat. We're playing it by ear. When you're watching the VOD back, you can skip all this shit, okay? How about that? So, I'm just as a test of something here. Let me buy these pieces. Alright, the plan was not to do this on stream. I thought I figured this out off stream, but it appears I have screwed up. But I want the fashion to be there because I think it'll be more fun that way. So those are now there. If I save the game here in slot 2 and then load slot 3 again, will they now be there having saved after collecting them? Because if that is the case, then I can unlock everything and be fine. Let me see now if we have the prodigal pieces here. Aha! I see. That would be where my mistake was. Okay. So, sorry to do this in the most inconvenient way possible, chat. We're going to spend a little bit of time buying stuff here at the beginning of the stream. And then saving onto slot 2 to have all the fashion unlocked. And then we're going to go back to slot 1 with all the fashion. And it'll be beautiful and glorious and everything will be fine. And just to clarify, we had made it to here, I think. Alright. Anyways, I don't know. I'm very excited to get further into this game. I really love the beginning. I guess I didn't get to talk too much about my thoughts on the beginning of the story to sort of give a bit of my perspective about, you know, what I was thinking when I first played this game. You know, if you're not skipping past this, which you really should. When I was playing this game for the first time, I was much younger than I am now, obviously, because it was approximately 11 plus years ago. And so in the time since then, I don't know, a lot has changed, but when I first played this game, you know, I was sort of not expecting the kinds of things that a game like this could do with storytelling, because by then, I don't know, I'm trying to think if there was any other major games with stories as grand as this that I had really experienced at the time, because I think I got first into some of the Persona games a little bit later, a couple years later, from my first experience with Xenoblade 1. But it was a game, I don't know, because the beginning of the game makes a sort of promise to you about, like, what the kind of game you're getting into is, and it promises, like, the very traditional, like, JRPG setup of, you know, you've got a group of friends, and one of them, you've got the promise, he's like the promised hero, chosen one figure with Shulk, and there's the legendary sword, and you've got your main character who's all smart and everything, and then you've got, you know, your side characters, so you've got your dumb jock kind of character, and you've got the love interest character, and there's tropes and stuff that's associated with all of that, and where that's supposed to go, and how games like this usually do those kinds of things. And so the way that this game sort of immediately, it gives you this premise, and then it rips that premise away from you by killing Fiora when they do, I think is really, really extremely well done. I don't remember what all I bought. Son of a bitch. Let's just go down the line on the pants here. And so, you know, it's sort of, at least for me, was almost this eye-opening of, like, this is what storytelling in a game like this can even look like, as opposed to, I don't know, stuff that is more, because a lot of what's interesting about video game storytelling is using the game itself as the storytelling medium, and games like Breath of the Wild do this very well, where, like, the interesting part of the story is not the actual plot of the game, because, like, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom especially have really shitty, like, literal plots elements, at least in my opinion. But the ability to create stories out of your own personal experience with the events in the game is really powerful and really a unique piece of video game storytelling. And this game does stuff with that too, especially with, like, as I was mentioning last time about how, like, Shulk has the ability to use arts when using the Monado that are his own, as opposed to Dunban, who only had access to the Monado arts, almost implying the way that it's controlling him. And I think there are parts of this game, especially with the big sprawling environments, that allow you to create those stories and those things for yourself, which is really cool. But this was the first time, at least for me, that I had experienced a story that was willing to, within a video game, push itself beyond basic storytelling. And there are plenty of examples of that prior to Xenoblade Chronicles coming out. But for me, it was a big step. And that sort of pushed me, I think, in the direction of where I am now with storytelling. Alright, and now we're going to check to see if this actually worked, or if I just wasted all of our time. Okay, I think it has worked. I think it has worked, so we're going to load back to our original save. Okay. More complicated than I thought it was going to be, but I think we are fine. Skip all these cutscenes. Do I want to mention anything about what I was thinking at the 14 years ago thing? I don't know that I was really thinking anything on my first playthrough with the 14 years ago thing. I mean, obviously now as the kind of person I am, I think there's stuff that is rich and interesting, both because I know the plot of the game and also because like you don't just after like randomly throw in a flashback to 14 years ago for no purpose. Anyways, now we should have access to the things that I need. Okay, perfect. Anyways, so flashing back to the start of the stream. We are now at the point of the stream where you're good. I have planned out loosely, I don't remember all of the things I planned out, outfits for different plot points of the game. The issue I ran into when I was prepping this shit last night is that my original plan for this section for Ryan was to use middle type, I think it's either 3 or 4. We don't have access to that one yet, so we're going to do a different outfit for Ryan that I had not planned. But I have decided upon that works with the aesthetic that we're going for with Shulk, even if it's not exactly what I had originally intended Ryan to look like for this section. We're gonna make Ryan look like this, although I need to change his weapon to something a little darker. The idea behind this pair of outfits for these two was to give them both a more darker, muted color palette after Fiora's death, giving them almost like a semblance of like grieving through their costuming for the next section of the story until they're given a reason to be maybe more uplifted. And so we have Shulk in the darkest version of his default outfit, and I was going to do the same thing where I was going to have the darkest version of Ryan's default outfit. We don't have access to that yet, unfortunately, so instead we're going to dress him like this for now. And eventually we will change their outfits again after a different story beat that will not be in this stream. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. And then also let me do, let's see, gem stuff. Let's give you a thingy for that. And then I don't remember, I think Ether might buff the amount you heal for, so I'm going to give that to Shulk to let him heal more off of Light Heal. Also, we can level up Monado Arts now. I don't need to level up any of those quite yet. Let's level up Shadow Eye and Slit Edge. So now we're just into the game section for a little bit, which is fun. We are almost at the point where we need to get more, choose our arts more particularly with Rhine. I'm gonna upgrade his topple art again, because the shorter cooldown we have on the topple art, the better. Alright. And we may do a bit of questing, because there's as you can see, a metric shit ton of side quests that are now available. So I'm going to go pick up some of these side quests and probably work a little bit on side questing here at the start of the stream as we slowly move our way to our next plot element, which is going to the Magmel Ruins, where we went with Fiora and Rhine, and then up to Tefra Cave to get to the Bionis' knee. So we're going to do a little side questing, have some fun with side questing, and just sort of, my plan is to maybe relax a little bit and play this game for a few hours, and hopefully, also I think that person who had that quest just despawned, because their time of day changed. Okay. Where is change time in this game? How do you do that in this game? I don't remember. You can do it in all the games. There it is. Let's move the clock back like an hour. And then they should be back. Right, here they are.
Oh, hello.
Yes, you must listen. My son went missing years ago, and I think I now know where he went. That's something that belonged to him. That's how I know he's gone. He's gone, and he's never coming back. And worst of all, I don't have his remains to return to the Bionis. Did you find his other effects? I'd like to know how far he went. Anyways. I don't really remember how many of the side quests are super important in this game, to be honest with you. There are a couple that I know for sure. I know that there's interesting stuff with Desiree, as I mentioned last stream. I know there's some stuff in a later area that is important for the, I guess you could call it the epilogue of this game. But stuff like unnamed resident, unnamed people, I'm not going to read their side quest things. Maybe I'll just make it a blanket rule to read named ones. And I know that most, if not all, of the named side quests have unique dialogue with certain members of the party if you interact with them when you're picking up the side quest and that member of the party is in the party directly at the time. I do not have those memorized, or maybe I will pull up notes just to get as much of the content out of the game as possible for the streams and for Misfit. But I don't know. That seems like maybe more work than I'm willing to put in, but if he is interested in that, then I can do it. If not, then I probably won't do it.
Hi.
Emulator. But I maybe for this stream I'll just read the, because before I was trying to sort of move us quickly to, basically Fiora dying. So maybe for these named side quests, I'll take the time to read them for this stream. And then if it feels incorrect, I can change my mind in a different stream in the future. Hold on. Let me quickly check something on my end here. Okay, nothing important. Are you the interfering do-gooder everyone's been talking about? I've got a big favor to ask you. Could you find Miller for me? Sounds like you've got a problem. He's a habitual slacker and I just don't know what to do with him. He always runs away as soon as he sees me coming. I haven't so much as spoken a word to him lately. He's the only subordinate I have, so I can't just ignore him. You see, our young captain hasn't changed. Ryan, you look like you need some work. Surely you can help me out. You asking for help again? See, this is what I mean by unique dialogue with certain members of the party. So, like, if Ryan wasn't in the party when we were talking with this person, this dialogue just wouldn't happen. You asking for help again? To do this stuff yourself sometimes. I know, but you know how fast Miller can run, don't you? He can get away from me in 3 seconds. I need your help. Alright. There's also a very real possibility that doing some of these side quests might get me the equipment to do the outfit that I had originally planned for Ryan. And if that's the case, then I will switch Ryan's outfit. But, I'm just excited to be here playing this game again. Because it's a favorite of mine. And I have not played the original Xenoblade 1 in a while. I guess this isn't the original Xenoblade 1, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, Chad. You know what I mean. Do we have the items for this yet? Yes, we do. Okay. Beautiful. I want to try focusing this Desiree stuff, because I don't remember... It's working perfectly now. Desiree will be glad. Because I don't remember... when you can get access to the interesting dialogue from Desiree. I think I know when it is, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna try and do her quests as early-ish as I can. Let's travel back to here. Plus, we all get to enjoy the incredible Colony 9 music.
I'd very much like Trope to win. You're on his side too, aren't you?
This was the lady we promised to bring the biscuits to her kids or whatever. But also, since I was in such a rush before, we didn't really get to sort of soak in the environment and the music and everything of Colony 9 and the surrounding area. So I think that the early parts of this stream can maybe be a nice time to sort of bask in the atmosphere and the world of the Bionis. Get your lovely fresh Napon veg! What do you think Napon vegetables taste like, chat? I don't know where to go, because I've never played this game before. Like, you get shots like this, you know? And there's shots like this all over the game. It's just astoundingly beautiful.
Hello.
Anyways, here's Miller. Captain Leader wants me to go back, does she? What is it with that woman? Can't she come find me herself? Anyway, I don't mind. I don't want to make any trouble for you. I'll go back. And then let's come over here to pick up all these quests in the residential district. Oh, also, I guess while I'm thinking about it right now, I wanted to point out a couple of the things, other little small things that you lose now that Fiora is gone. So, like, for example, if we go to the affinity chart, she's gone. You know? Like, and she's not in the Colony 9 section listed as, like, a dead character. She's just gone. And it's really sad. Or, you know, if you go to, I don't know if we can see it here, necessarily. If you go to our items, all of her equipment, her weapons and things are still here, and nobody can use them for the rest of the game, and they just sit here. A distant memory, you know? Very sad. Hold off on these for now. Okay. Anyways, back to picking up side quests, shall we?
Hello.
Francois! It's such a tragedy, I suppose it can't be helped. I'm gonna skip the dialogue that is not unique. Kind of you to stop and listen. All the flowers in my garden got crushed in the attack. I worked so hard to grow them, but now it saddens me to look at them. I know what it feels like to lose something important. I hope there's something we can do to help. Flowers, thank you. No problem, leave it to me.
Well,
And this is a generic side quest, so we can just skip this. Alley-oop! We'll have to try for an alley-oop record later this stream, maybe. Or nothing. We already completed that quest before we even found it. Beautiful work, team. Let's go, chat.
Yes, no.
I feel like all I'm gonna do this stream is just, like, instead of doing interesting dialogue and talking and commentating, I'm just gonna hum to the music, because I'm entranced in the world of Xenoblade. But I suppose there's not too much harm in that, since it'll mean that if Misfit is watching, he will be just sitting there basking in it himself, most likely, so. But we're doing some questing.
Oh, hi.
Excellent job, I was right to trust you with this. Miller's learned his lesson and promised not to slack off again. Until now, bad luck's kept me from achieving my dream. Now I can finally move forward. Thank you. Yeah. But the cool thing, and this is a cool thing about this game, and this is present in the other games, but it's not as fleshed out as it is in this game. Each of the areas we go to has this affinity chart, which I showed before with the party members now that Fiora's gone. But each area has this affinity chart, and all of the named NPCs have, like, eventually, as you do all the side quests, it becomes this web of relationships that all the different named NPCs have to each other. And all these different little areas that you go to and you visit have these seemingly, to the main plot of the game, completely irrelevant, just tons of characters that all have small little quests and relationships to each other, and doing the side quests, and some of the side quests you have multiple choices, and depending on what you choose, it changes different people's relationships, as well as slowly building up the party's relationship with the region itself, which is a really cool bit of world building that I've never seen done in another RPG before, and is not really done in the same way in any of the later games either. Like 2, I don't even remember if 2 has an affinity chart, and the affinity chart in 3 is incredibly different from this. I mean, it looks similar, but it doesn't have this same way about it that Xenoblade 1's does, that slowly changes over time and throughout the world. And after major events happen and things change. So I guess one last thing before we leave the colony, I'm gonna change the time again to make it like later in the day, to maybe see if some more side quest people show up and then pick their quests up. Like this one over here, for example, which I think is the Desiree one over here. Plus now we get the nighttime music.
Hello.
Desiree. You fixed it. Thanks, Shulk. I'll take much better care of it from now on, I promise. Glad everything worked out. Shulk, what would you say if I told you I broke it on purpose, so I had no excuse to talk to you? Kidding, kidding. Come on, calm down. I was only joking. Anyways, thanks again. You're so reliable.
Hello.
Let's see if we can get anything more out of her for now. I need to be doing something bigger with my life. Actually, there's someone in the residential district a bit like me. Similar circumstances, I mean. I'm thinking I could see how they solve this dilemma and follow suit. Okay. We will ignore Desiree for now. We'll wait until later. And we've got a something over here. I think this is just an item that we pick up and then it completes the quest. Alley-oop! Let's go, chat. How long until we put an alley-oop counter on the screen, chat? What do you think? Alley-oop! That's 3. Alright then. I think we are ready to move out. As tempted as I am to go over here right now. You know what? What's the harm? I don't know. We may as well. I want to, you know, show you every corner of the game that I can. Let's go over here for a little bit. See what we can find over here. I think I need to go around. Yeah. And just sort of see the world as it is. There's no harm in exploring the world of Xenoblade. I don't have to, you know, rush things for you. You can always skip around and stuff, so. Now, part of the reason I wanted to avoid this area is because there's level 33 guys over here. It's a little scary. But we should be fine. So long as we don't aggro any of the level 8 guys, we simply won't die. See, just like that. Let's just go around. But pretty much every corner of the world in Xenoblade has little areas like this where there are enemies higher level than you are, and there's things you can come back and explore in basically everywhere after you become stronger, and there's always reasons, or even if it's not a huge incentive, there's at least some small little area that you can explore and see, you know, after you become stronger. And you can still get to these areas, you know, like I've come all the way over here even though I'm under leveled, right? So Fortunately, these guys are not aggressive, so we can just, like, walk up to them. Now, the big one, Gentle Mother Armu, who is a level 37 unique monster, will kick our shit in if we attack any of them. To be fair, if we attack any of them, they'll also kick our shit in because they're level 35. But there's a unique monster way higher level than us. As I mentioned, that there are some of those around. I don't know that we'll be seeing any more this stream other than that one. I'm gonna try going up here. I just love... This world is just so wonderful. I don't know. I love the setting of Xenoblade a lot. We can't see who that heart-to-heart is with yet. This game sucks. There's like more party members and shit. Which reminds me that I wanted to extend out the question, and this question will come up in the discussion, but I wanted to extend it out now so that you're thinking about it. Because spoilers, our next party member will not be joining before the end of this section of the story that I want us to cover. And so I'm curious who you think will join the party next. Who will be our next party member? Not necessarily who specifically, because, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be someone we've met yet. But what kind of person do you think will be joining the crew next? Oh, hey, look, it's Gentle Rodriguez, the giant level 40 frog. Do you think he'll let me pick up those items before he kills me, or no? Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh, chat. Uh-oh, chat. But I'm curious what you think the next kind of person who will join the party is, especially after we've lost Fiora. Because now we have this gap in our party and their structure and their dynamics. And whether or not you think maybe somebody's going to try and fill that position, somebody similar to Fiora, maybe somebody different, maybe somebody we've met, maybe somebody we haven't met. I'm curious your thoughts. And then if we come back over here and we make it daytime, we should be able to turn in this quest for giving this lady some flowers. This one we have to actually go to her and give them to her because it is a unique person and not just like a random material quest.
Hello?
Oh, Dawn Hydrangeas, they're my favorite. I can't wait till they're in full bloom for everyone to enjoy. This time I'll try growing them to be more resilient. Thank you. Please come and see the Dawn Hydrangeas when they're in bloom. Alright. It is a little crazy that that's the quality of a side quest in Xenoblade 1 compared to, you know, for those of you who have played Xenoblade 3 and now coming back to this game, it's a little crazy when like Xenoblade 3 has such rich, detailed side quest content that like a Xenoblade 1 side quest is like, let's go get this person some flowers. Nira!
Nira, what friend? Not many Napon in colony, so Nira has no friend to play with. Thank you. There a Homs boy called Lucas Nira want to be friends with him.
To make friends yourself?
No, Nira too scared too.
Trying to encourage you, kid. Never mind. Guess we can help.
Nira wrote letter, but too afraid to give it to him myself. Please, can you take for me? Nira waiting for you. And don't read letter.
You got it, Nira. I want to read the letter. I think Lucas is like right over here.
What do you want? A letter from who? Nira, I'll read it now.
Yippee.
You
don't want to be friends with him. I always wanted a Napon
friend, this should be really fun. Lucas be Nira's letter. Lucas such nice boy to agree to be Nira's friend. Thank you, Nira. Go play now. What a side quest, baby. It's the best game ever made. I need to be even stronger. Alright. I feel like I'm already starting to be, like, not all in on reading all these side quests. You care to lend an ear to the oldest person in Colony 9? You know what I'm on about. My back's playing up again. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave these for now. I'll do some more research on what the most interesting side quests are, because these are just not, I don't think, worth the time to spend reading in extreme detail here. It's not like 3 where I'm gonna have to rip myself away from reading every single side quest.
Hey.
But a lot of these side quests just have their own little mini plots, and they occur over time. But this rate, my curry ain't gonna be famous, it's gonna be infamous. It's life or death, mate. My curry's key ingredient is dance apples. I'm too busy here to get any. Gosh, for a bigger helping. You really like my curry? Well, thanks, mate. You know it might help me out, I'll make it worth your while. Alright. Also, let me check the Collectopedia again. That's the wrong one. Because I want to unlock as many of these things as I can. Like getting a strength up gem, for example, is quite good. I don't know why there's a red exclamation point over here. Let's go check it out. I promise we will get to more plot today, chat. I was not expecting this to be 45 minutes of no plot so far. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off and do more of this side stuff off stream soon. I can't get to this thing there in the house or something. Alright, let me try making the time go a little forward then. And then I think we should be ready to continue the plot here in just a second. Alright, that doesn't appear to be changing for now. So I am going to... So our current objective is to go this way. I'm going to quickly take us here, though. Wonder who that heart the heart's with. We'll never know. Alright, fine. Now it's rhyme time. Let's go. Where's all the dance apples we needed? Okay. I'll take us back to do this, and then and then after this, I'm gonna say no more. We're going to Tefra Cave after this. Okay, chat. That's my promise to you, chat.
Hey.
Time to be better. I've just now used up the very last of my dance apples. Anyway, this is a big help. We fixed the man's curry. Let's go. Okay, now that we've done all those side quests, I'm going to quickly check to see if that unlocked the outfit that I wanted to use for Ryan. Looks like no. Well, we got the arms. We got the arms, but none of the other pieces of it, so oh well. Ryan will be blue then, for now. Alright, so...
If I want to do any more of the side quest stuff, I'll come back and do it on my own time. Maybe. Or maybe, during another lull period in the streams or something. However, to start, before we go, last thing to do before we go into, the cave again, is we have a heart-to-heart with Shulk and Rhine that we got enough stuff to do last stream, but then I didn't pull it up. Let me find my guide again. Sorry. Because I want us to get all the correct dialogue and see all the interesting stuff. So this is Enduring Friendship with Shulk and Rhine. Okay. View. And I'll keep myself on screen for this, I think. Every time we come here, it brings back memories. Same for you, right? Yep, we've been through a lot together, you and me. Oh yeah, you remember that time? You know, that one time? We had that big fight. That's the one. It's easily the biggest bust-up we've ever had. In all the years I've known you, nothing else has come close. It was bad, alright. Just glad we made up afterwards. You know, for such a big argument, I don't even remember what it was about. We were really young. It was probably just some silly kid thing. You're probably right. Hey, Shulk, you ever think about it? Without me bringing it up, I mean? Of course. I think about it sometimes. If we never had that argument, I don't think we'd be friends now. That's just what I was thinking. We must have said some pretty harsh things to each other. It was worth it, right? So we're such good mates now. Yes, it was definitely worth it. You know, it's funny how we think alike sometimes. I'd have figured you were still angry. Nah, not anymore. She did get on my nerves a bit back then. You were just too clever, man. It got under my skin. And I thought you were just this big dumb brute. Guess that's what we were arguing about. Yeah, that sounds about right. After all that fighting, we came out stronger. We learnt about each other. I can't do a Rhine voice at all. I wish I could. You know, I don't say this enough. Thanks, Rhine. I couldn't ask for a better friend. No problem, Shulk. And remember, you don't have to hold back. You can call me a big dumb brute anytime you like. I'll take it on the chin. There's something sweet about doing that one, I think, after Fiora is gone. Seeing these two, like, rally together and be so close with each other, in spite of their loss, is really, really sweet, I think. Now we don't have much to do here at this part. However, I want to try and get revenge on this Caterpile. Now that we're higher level than him. We are down a party member because something happened to Fiora. I don't know where she went. She decided to leave the party for a little bit for some reason. Went to go buy skewers, maybe. I'm sorry. That's mean. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why am I like this?
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard. This one's mine. Let's keep up the power. Bring it on.
Okay, I would be in a better position if we were not. Okay.
Let's focus our efforts.
Ryan, I need you to grab aggro, buddy. Thank you. We just do such little damage to this guy, man. It's kind of crazy. I need Rhine to, like, topple him at some point, but I guess it's just not gonna happen. Yeah, okay. Oh, I tried to heal Rhine before he died, and I failed. Get away. I believe, chat. We'll just simply escape.
I'm losing it.
I gonna die to poison? Yup, okay. I really feel like we should be able to beat this guy, man. I'm willing to try one more time. I'm willing to try one more time, because we're higher level than him. Let me see if we have any better equipment. I didn't even really check. We do have more of these things, like Ryan. We could give Ryan a defense increase, and let's give Ryan a strength increase too. And you know, since this thing poisons us, let's give Ryan poison defense. Let's try that. We'll try it one more time. We'll give it one more good shot. Against the this insidious bagworm creature. I'm gonna pull some of the ads away though, so we can, because like half of that fight, he was beating us up without us even fighting him, which is obviously not good for us. But it's crazy. Unique monsters really are a lot tougher in this game, just because there's less tools to like immediately be really strong at taking on enemies that do a lot of damage. It doesn't help that we have, like, the only healing we have is Shulk's, like, kind of mid-healing skill. That doesn't really get good until much later in the game, when you have much better tanking options as well, so you need the healing less. Okay, this should be good enough. Once we kill this guy, we should be good. And then I'll give it one more good college try, and then if that fails us, I will say, oh well. Let's let Ryan take the aggro first. Break. Ryan! Aggro, my brother! It's okay. Let's do a little better. We've got more chain attack gauge this time. I'd really like Ryan to get a topple though, please. That'd be really awesome of you, Ryan. Okay, let me get Ryan back up as fast as I can. We're so close, though. The topple, please. Ryan, please topple. Oh, you toppled just a second too late, Ryan. Come on, man. Alright. Okay. Maybe if I was in control of Ryan, so I was in control of the toppling, maybe, but I'm just gonna say, oh well. And we'll not worry about him. As much as I want to kill him so desperately. But I'm not going to waste your time, chat, trying to fight him over and over again.
as annoyed as I am about it. We did raise our affinity with Ryan and Shulk, though, for what it's worth.
That was too easy. Man, what a bunch of jokers.
What a bunch of jokers. That's what I'm saying, Ryan. We can pick up some of these just generic quests for this upcoming section.
Hello.
Oh my god. I love picking up monster quests. I think these are monster. No, they're not monster quests, but it's fine. Alright, there's his quests picked up.
This door. It was closed when we came past before. But it's open now.
Maybe it was programmed to open up in case of Mechon emergency. The way to the Bionis knee is just ahead. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright. Quick little mini cutscene there. Now, I also really want to get revenge on him. We even have a quest to kill him. And he's a lower level than the bugworm is. Alley-oop!
Oh, hi.
What is that for, chat? Anyways, we have more side quests that are generic to pick up. So let's do that real quick.
Oh, hi.
And then, against my better judgment, I'm going to try killing another unique monster.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Alright. Chat, let's see if we can't get revenge for last stream. Let's bring these guys in here first.
Let's focus our efforts. Not a problem. It's over. Good thing I'm here. No?
Anyone? Pick up all this garbage. Beautiful. And then you. Wall-Salide Gwynry. You bastard. And like immediately you can see how much a 3-level difference makes, like with how much more damage we're dealing to this guy than we were yet last stream with an extra party member than we have right now. Like, see, now it's just really easy. Or, like, even compared to the level 10 guy, now that we're 3 levels higher than this guy, as opposed to being only 2 levels higher, it's like almost a cakewalk of a fight, compared to how it was a minute ago with the bugworm.
Now we're getting started, and nothing's gonna stop us. Good job, everyone. Who else wants
We got his ass, though. And we get some nice armor, or some nice weapons for Ryan. Let's see if any of those are better for him. This one's got even better stats with 2 slots. This one's got aggro up, though. I'll take that for now. Beautiful. Oh, and there's a thing back here. Let's pick this up. Beautiful. Quick collectopedia check. We can get some more stuff. I also may try filling out more pages of the collectopedia off stream, so you don't have to like watch me spend more time collecting orbs and stuff, but we'll see. There's also the chance that I just decide to do everything on stream because it's more fun. Alright, beautiful. Do we want to give any of those? I would like to give the HP up to Ryan.
And then, what else did we get? An attack plus. Attack plus is good for Shulk. Let's give that to Shulk, and then he can take the ether up here. It's a slightly buff, light heal. Anyways, into the cave we go. Alley-oop!
An ether lamp.
Don't traders use these things as guideposts?
Yeah. We can follow them to the Bionis knee.
Okay. But if armed traders need guideposts, it must be pretty dangerous in here. Let's keep our wits about us.
Definitely.
This place is dangerous, chat. But now we are entering Tephra Cave proper, which is just so pretty immediately. With the light beaming down from the surface and everything. Also ether deposits! Yippee! Those will become helpful later. The Spring of Grief. Also, I don't have the nice, wonderful Xenoblade 3 map that is 3D instead of 2D. So I have to sort of figure things out. These guys are on Cyclist duty, so we're killing things. Also, I think we may have just angered a unique monster of some kind. We'll deal with that in a second. Ah, solid Konev! You beast! Enchant is not really that good, but it's at least an attack buff here. A chain attack here. Probably should have healed Rhine there, but I'm a baller and I'm not going to. I'm scared. I wanted to topple because I'm dumb, maybe. You can heal Rhine now. Beautiful topple from Rhine. Maybe I should have healed Rhine there instead of myself, but I thought I was gonna die. It's okay, we can get Rhine back up. Encouraging. We've got enough chain attack gauge to be fine, I think, here. Let's go! We were able to beat that guy. The moment you get rid of the damage over time from poison, we were able to beat a level 10 unique monster. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Beautiful encounter. It was a little close for comfort. And perhaps I should have used that one chain attack to heal instead of toppling him, but it worked out, so I'm simply him. We also got new equipment from that, so let's check those things out. Poison defense, and what was the other thing? Was it gloves? Strength up gloves. I guess we'll give the strength up gloves to Shulk. And then we can maybe give the poison resist ones to Ryan and give him the HP up thing again. That works for now. Also, we have these unlocked for Ryan, which increases his HP, which is nice. That was a fun little encounter. Alright. We need to kill these guys for items. It's Rhyme time now, baby. Let's go. Sorry again if I'm not being too entertaining today, chat. I don't know. I feel like I'm just sort of in the zone. I'm just sort of relaxed out. I'm chilled out playing this game right now. Let me skip back here to turn this quest thingy in. But I'm going to try and move us a little further forward here. As best I can with the plot. Oh, it's down there. That's embarrassing. No, and Shulk can't jump that shit. Let's come in here. Oh, can we even get in there right now? No. I don't even know. I don't think we can get in there for a while. I think it's just a collectible item that spawned in there that it's telling us is right there. Is what's going on. Oh, that respawns Solid Konev. Oh, well now he's gone because it's daytime, which means we can kill more of these Crabbles. I mean, I guess we could have killed Konev again. Also, now that we're level 13, I'm very tempted to go fight the Bugworm again to try and beat him now that we're level 3, or 3 levels higher than him. Just sort of the trend of the game, I suppose. But I don't know. I think this is an interesting little section of the game where you just have Ryan and Shulk after losing Fiora. And I think it's a section of the game that is not the most interesting, which maybe is not great for its own stream, but it's the way that it is. But I don't know. I think there's pieces of this that are interesting from a gameplay perspective about immediately putting our duo in a place like this after they've just lost Fiora. Like, immediately thrusting themselves into danger that otherwise they would have not even considered. But it's also sort of our first window into what more of the game sort of looks like with area design. Chat, I really want to try it again. Chat, one more time. One last time, chat. One last time. We're 3 levels higher than now. We have almost a full chain attack ready, although it's draining as we walk to him. Chat, I'm a believer, okay? Believers in chat, let's lock in, okay? We got this. We're gonna cook his ass. This bugworm doesn't stand a chance, you understand? Mr. Cellar Bugworm. Big topple? I mean, look at how much damage we're doing to it. It's crazy. I'm gonna go for a topple again on the chain attack, even though it might be better to go for damage here instead. we get so much damage out of a topple that it feels worth it to me. Like, it's crazy how much easier that is when you're not on level with the monster. Genuinely astounding. Let's see. We got some new... Got another pair of draft gauntlets. I'll give this one to Ryan. And then we got... equipment they can't even wear because it's too heavy. Okay. Alright, back to the story as promised. Okay, but what if we killed the Brog one more time? Because it's a side quest. I don't know, I'm just trying to think of things that are fun and interesting to talk about while I'm here by myself, you know?
It's over. Who else wants some?
But I suppose we don't have anybody to really ask what their Zaxby's order would be. I mean, we could maybe do a preliminary, but because I don't know that I can, you know, I don't know that I can give an honest assessment of Shulk and Ryan's Zaxby's orders at the current state they are in the story, because I think that I will inevitably be influenced by the kind of characters that they are, as in holistically throughout the whole plot. And so I don't know if I have it physically in me to be able to separate my knowledge of the whole story when assessing a Zaxby's order, because I think that it can be important. Maybe it doesn't have to be important. I will say, you know, here's one thing that I'm thinking about, that I'm willing to tell you that I think is interesting. One of the cutscenes a minute ago, they mentioned Ryan had the theory that the door opened because of some sort of Mechon attack. Which is an interesting thing to say, because it doesn't really make sense, because, like, as far as we're aware, this is the only path up to the Bionis' knee. And clearly people have been from Colony 9 to up there, because Dunban and Dixon were at the Battle of Sword Valley, which is all the way up at the Mechonis Sword, which is a long ways from the foot of the Bionis. And there's lamps for merchants coming through here, so, like, how is it possible that this was locked? I don't know, it feels like they maybe should have said that the door was broken or something, but anyway. More plot.
What the?
Look at the emblem. They're traders from Colony 6. No wonder it's been so long since the last delivery.
Ryan, they're injuries.
They weren't made by no Mechon. It was probably the monsters that live here. Man, that's grim. I don't want to go like this. Not even killed by Mechon, just some monsters in a cave.
They probably had families. Children.
Maybe. It wouldn't surprise me. But why'd you say that?
Oh, no reason. Ryan, shouldn't we return them to the Bionis?
Huh? Oh, right. What's born from the Bionis is returned to the Bionis. That's the way of the Homs. That was way harder than I thought it'd be. I'm just about ready to collapse.
Let's take a rest. If the monsters in here killed all these traders, we need to be at our best. I'm wide awake, so I'll take first watch.
Thanks, man. The nap will do me good. Shulk, my turn.
Awake already?
Didn't sleep a wink. Oh, I still feel like I just did one of Vanguard's drills.
Vanguard? What are you talking about? Vanguard? 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 Vanguard?
Hey. Why do you think the Mechon attacked? Are we just food to them? Or what? Did we do something wrong? Sort of reminds me of the battle between the Bionists and the Mechonis. I wonder if it's anything to do with that.
Well, it's hard to believe that living things are just a source of energy for machines. There has to be another reason.
Mechon killed Fiora.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll never forgive them. I don't care what their reason is.
When it happened, the Monado showed me that Fiora was in danger, but I couldn't save her.
It's not your fault. Just because the Monado showed you some future, that don't mean you could do anything about it. You did great. You fought them off. I couldn't have done that. You know, I've been thinking about it. Why you can use the Monado, I mean. Dixon told me. You're a survivor from the Monado expedition team that went out 14 years ago. There was a blizzard or something, and your mum and dad died. And then Dixon found you and brought you back.
That sounds right. I was pretty young, so I don't really remember anything.
Is that why you do it? Why you're always helping Dixon with his research and trying to figure out the Monado?
Maybe. Part of me does see it as something to remind me of my mum and dad. But mainly, if it really is the sword that the Bionis used to kill the Mechonis, like in the legend, I want to work out its secret. That's the real reason.
I've got it. You were chosen by the Monado.
What? Chosen?
Don't you see? Not even Dunban can handle it. It ain't chance that you can and he can't. I'll take the next watch. You get some rest.
Okay.
I love Ryan.
I'll try.
I'll hold my thoughts about Ryan until later. But
Night, Ryan.
Do you wish to change it?
Huh?
The future. It is every man's desire to change the future. Is that not so? Even if everything has been predestined, will you not oppose it? The Monado is now in your hands. The Monado will grow with you. If you can find the true Monado, the future is yours.
The true Monado.
Shulk! Shulk!
Ryan!
Shulk! Shulk! Ryan! What are you playing at? Give us a hand!
and so the mystery deepens. A vision intermixed with a dream, maybe? Very interesting stuff. Not that these spiders are particularly threatening. I don't even know who I'm targeting right now. There we go. So.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
Don't worry about it. It looked like you were having a nightmare.
Really?
The Monado is now in your hands. The Monado will grow with you. If you can find the true Monado, the future is yours.
The true Monado? Was I dreaming?
What's with you? We'd better get a move on.
It wasn't a dream. Was it a vision? What should I do? I could tell Ryan. But I don't know.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. Nothing like repeated visions of Ryan getting killed. And you have to imagine that from, like, Shulk's perspective, right? After having just lost Fiora and now getting visions of Ryan dying. I also want to point out another thing that was curious to me on my first playthrough of this game. I think the... Oh my god, the stats on that are insane. I'm taking that even though it loses the aggro up. That shit's crazy. I think there's interesting wording when they find those dead traitors and they, quote, return them to the Bionis. On my first playthrough, I found that the phrasing return to the Bionis to me immediately felt strange. Like, why call it return to the Bionis and not, like, just bury them, you know? I just think it's a curious wording. Or at least I did on my first playthrough. What I think about it now, I'm going to keep close to my chest, and instead I will say, hee hee, you don't get to know. Anyways, more cutscenes. We're at the story part of Tefra Cave now.
What on Bionis are those?
Monsters' egg sacs, I think. But it looks like there are Mechon parts inside as well.
Man, what kind of monsters are they?
Probably some type of arachno. Ryan, get back! Ryan! No.
Ryan grunting dialogue? I'm
If
sorry.
that vision comes true, then Ryan, I've got to find him.
And this is another part where I think they do something really interesting with the gameplay elements of everything. Is that immediately after Ryan is taken away from you, and we're in danger and we need to go save Ryan as fast as possible, they surround you with a bunch of enemies that will only aggro, like all of these guys will hatch out if you start running. But if you have to walk or else you get swarmed by enemies. And Shulk can't deal with a swarm of enemies by himself, you know? He's just physically not capable of doing that. As we've seen time and time again. So, like, if I just run through here, for example, these start hatching. And while they do have exclamation points for quests, we're not gonna deal with them because I don't want to, pull us out of the moment.
You things just don't give up, do ya?
Ryan! I've got to hurry. If I can get up there, I should be able to reach him.
I'm gonna keep myself down because we're gonna be jumping into even more cutscenes here in just a second. While I ignore the fact that Ryan is dying and pick up collectible items. I also think another interesting bit of gameplay is that immediately after you see Ryan run this way, you go, okay, I need to beeline it straight to this vine.
if you beeline straight from where you come out to straight to that vine, you run immediately into a level 11 unique monster who aggroes on sight, Gluttonous Fusion. And a level 11 unique monster that, with Ryan in the party, we could probably take on and defeat. There's at least a decent chance. But with Shulk by himself, you have nothing. And even with the power of the Monado, even with these visions we're seeing, without Ryan, we feel helpless. We have to sneak by egg sacs for spider monsters. We have to run away from a unique monster, a big frog that's staring at us, so as to not die without Ryan here. Which I think is a really interesting way of combining the tension of the visions with the actual gameplay of the moment. We also can't go in there. I didn't even remember that was there, so I thought I would check to see if I could go in. Anyways, we need to go save Ryan. Also, I want to show this off. This is a thing in every Xenoblade game and is my favorite part. And part of the reason why I love ladders oh so much is that they de-aggro all enemies if you ever start climbing anything. And while technically this is not a ladder, it's got the spirit of a ladder. And you know how much we love ladders here on this stream. Let me pick up this item where Ryan came from, and then we will keep going.
Where are you? Ryan! Ryan! There's too many of them. I killed one, and 10 more pop up. Ryan, no! Not that way! Ryan! Shoot! Ryan!
And so the future has changed.
The power of the Monado. Look out! Glad one of us figured out these things would try and ambush. Let's do this, Shulk. Right.
And so we have gained a new art on the Monado. A new symbol has appeared. The yellow one, shield art, which the Japanese kanji literally just translates to shield. And from what I understand, it is mostly a... when you translate it, it means, like, literally a shield, not as in, like, to shield someone, but as in, like, Captain America's shield. Kind of shield, is what the kanji sort of means. And, alongside this, we now have an interesting gameplay element that is super cool, and is super cool for combining narrative with the gameplay, is that in combat we can get visions of the future. About, like, when a party member is gonna die, or when a boss is gonna do, like, a seriously dangerous attack, and you have a limited window of time to try and do something to prevent that from happening. And with this specific combat example, it's teaching us about how to use Monado Shield to prevent certain types of attacks from monsters. I just think it's a super cool, like, gameplay element to be able to do things with the visions in gameplay. Speaking of visions, here's our first vision. And within that period of time, we can use Monado Shield to completely eliminate that future. And now Ryan's gonna take 2 damage instead of 1500. Where is the boss? Where is the boss? There she is. Let's do a chain attack on her. I think it may also be better to just like hard focus the boss as opposed to attacking all the little guys because there's so many of them. The visions also give even more utility to Shulk and even more weight to the power of the Monado in combat, as like so many of the ways that you prevent the most dangerous attacks occur as a result of different Monado arts. Which I think is really cool from a gameplay and narrative being combined perspective. Also, the boss music is insane. I am willing to do a damage chain attack, because Ryan's War Swing might just wipe out a bunch of the ads. I don't think it did, though. Heal myself again. Nice easy boss fight. No big deal.
Looks like the Monado works on more than just Mechon. I gotta say, that's pretty awesome.
Ryan, I just realized something.
Huh?
The future I see, it isn't set. I think it's more like a warning.
A warning?
Yeah. A warning about what will happen. What will happen if I don't do anything. Or if I can't do anything. So I can use this power to change the future. And that's exactly what I intend to do.
You've got my vote. And if you really can do that, I think Fiora would have liked it too.
Aww.
Yeah.
Right, let's get moving. We're nearly at the Bionic's knee.
What a nice little boss fight. And now we have access to visions and shield and skill links, which I would like to set up if I can. We get the max HP for Shulk, or we could get the medium weight armor available. Doesn't Shulk already have medium weight armor? He does. Let's get the HP for Shulk. And then Rhine. We can't give Ryan anything because we don't have enough affinity coins because we haven't killed enough unique monsters yet. I don't think we need to level up shield yet, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then upgrade... Let's upgrade light heal because it's our only healing art right now. And then Rhine... I'd like to upgrade War Swing because it's really good. Bone Upper. Maybe we try and get Wild Down next for Ryan. Okay. And because I don't want to walk all the way up here, I'm gonna go a little bit further to get some sort of landmark so that we can fast travel to, and then maybe I will go back and try and kill that Brog that was down there, the unique monster that we couldn't fight because we didn't have Ryan with us. Also, I'm gonna have to. Actually, you know what? No, I've changed my mind. We're gonna go back first. For reasons that will become clear in just a second. I'm going back first. Let's try killing this guy. Might be a little tough, but we're close to his level. And now we have visions, which can also make things easier. this may be too tough for us. We will find out here in a minute. Our damage looks pretty good, though. Let's have Rhyme back up. Rhyme. Let's try and kill these ads that decided to aggro onto us first. What just happened to Shulk? That's not good. All because of these freaking ads, man. These Tephra lizards, bro. Alright, now we're back to Gluttonous Eugen, who we were doing just fine against until those guys decided to interrupt. Hold on, though, we still gotta kill this one first. Heal Rhyme. Go for a chain attack here to try and break him, although maybe I should be using it to heal. Oh, but we get an opportunity to do this. I'm gonna go for a... Why can't I bust her? Why can't I bust her? I can't bust her for some reason, so let's just heal Rhyme. It's not really how I wanted that to go. I don't know why I couldn't use Monado Buster there. I guess I was stuck on the wall and I couldn't buster him? That's kind of annoying. A vision! With this, we can stop it with an auto shield. Which also caused us to level up and get Air Slash unlocked in the middle of the fight. And now we're 3 levels higher than Gluttonous Eugen, so we're in a great position. Now our backslashes are doing like twice as much damage. I forgot. I didn't realize that breaking visions gave you experience. I learned that just now in the middle of that fight. What a bunch of jokers. God, I love this game, man. I really do love this game. And this is the game with the least fun combat, too. It only gets better as we go further. Let's see. We could give this HP up thing to Rhine. I think I'd rather give it to Shulk here. And then we get another thing of boots that we can't equip. Alright. Quickly, I want to check the Collectopedia. We can turn in these things and get more items. Poison defense is not super useful, but it's something. Attack stability also not super useful, but it's something. Also, not skill trees. Arts. We now have access to Air Slash, which I would like to upgrade, because Air Slash is really good. And we still don't have any new arts for Rhine yet, so we can't get rid of Guard Shift or anything yet. That's fine. Alright, now that that's done, I'm ready to continue. I'm stuck in a hole. Okay, there we go. Alley-oop. Is that number 6 today, chat? That's 6, I think? Alley-oop number 6? Alright. We could also go back to deal with, like, these guys that were in here that are side quest worthy, but I'm not gonna do that. I don't really want to at the moment. To be entirely honest with you. Also, I just want to take a moment to appreciate the Arachno Queen's nest. How cool of an area this is, visually. For such a small, like, place that you never really need to look at in any detail. You just sort of do the fight with her here, and then you never come back, really. It's a pretty cool place, I think. make myself disappear.
Wow. No matter how many times I see this, I never get used to it.
On the other side of those clouds.
Yep. It's our enemy. Mechonis.
Our enemy.
And that is the end of chapter 3. And I think that is where I want to end this section. Maybe the very beginning of chapter 4, but I think that I want to call the section there. Let me pull up pull me up. That's why I wanted to do the unique monster first, because I think that that is where I want to call it for the first section of Xenoblade Chronicles 1. The first 3 chapters, getting through the prologue, Fiora's death, and getting up to the Bionis knee, the whole world now at our fingertips, and across the sea, behind the clouds, our enemy, Mechonis, looms in the sky for the rest of the game, looking down on us with its glowing red eyes in the horizon. And that is where I would like to cliffhang us until the next discussion for Xenoblade Chronicles. As much as I want to play more and do more and see more, I would like to give the next arc its time to shine. And I think that skipping ahead and going further, I feel like it would get lost in the sauce of talking about this intro segment. And so I think, assuming that Misfit agrees that this is enough content for a discussion, and that he doesn't want more, or that, I know, not that he doesn't want more, but that he doesn't think we need more for the discussion, and the discussions don't have to be necessarily, you know, a 3.5-hour Wano discussion for the end of a 150 chapter part of a manga, you know. So I think I'm going to cliffhang us there and end the stream there for today at the end of chapter 4. Thanks for hanging out, chat. It's been wonderful. I am so excited to be playing more of this game and doing this series. Xenoblade 1 will be back next week, starting the next arc as we continue to move towards Colony 6. And hopefully this upcoming weekend, we shall see, there will be the first discussion on the Latin Misfit channel, which should be in the description, which reminds me, like and subscribe and click all the buttons and do all the things. I'm a bad YouTubeist. I'm not good at plugging shit. So thanks for hanging out. I'm excited for the discussion, which will hopefully be interesting, since it's gonna be my first time on the knower side of the equation instead of the does he know side of the equation. So it's been wonderful hanging out with the stream today, clearing this end of this section. I'm so excited for more. See you soon. Cheers.